Okay, now that we've got the input shaft put together, it's time to put it back in the block. I'm not going to talk through it as much as I did in the previous video, because you can go watch that one if you want to know how to do that. But I'm going to go ahead and start installing this counter shaft right here. So just like before though, it's going to insert right into this area right here. Just like that. And the thing you want to pay attention to is over here on the side, the way this plate lines up. Just right there. There we go. Go ahead and put the bolts in here. Use those to help kind of line everything up and pull it down. Don't forget to put in that oil squirter. Okay, now I've got that one in. So it's time to get ready to put the shift shaft back in and the center shifter. So that's going to go in just right down there, out of the way for now. And then we'll bring the shifter in here. Inspect it for any damage, make sure there's nothing wrong with it anywhere. Okay, so now I'm going to install the shift drum here. It's just going to slide right in right here, and you want to push that up out of the way. And then I'll go ahead and reinstall one of the shafts here. This is going to be the one without the spring is the one for the front shaft. There we go, that one's in. You can kind of see it moving there. Okay, just like that. So up next, we're going to go ahead and put the next shift shaft and the shifters in. And this is going to be the one with the spring here. Doesn't matter which end goes in first. Okay, so these go in with the R to the left side, or the letter to the left side, and the engine code to the right side of the engine. So you can see that there. So this is the right side of the engine because it's upside down. So this one goes in just right there like that. And this one's going to go in just right here like this on this side. Just like that. And push it all the way in. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and install the counter shaft here, or the output shaft rather. This one of course has that little notch that corresponds to that spot. So you just need to kind of get it in there. And it'll kind of lock in. There it goes. You see the transmission's in neutral. Okay, so we're going to put those retainers back in that hold the shift shaft in here. Two of them. One right there. Okay. Both of these are going to be Loctited. Okay, so now I'm going to reinstall the shift shaft detent, I guess. It's a 10mm. It's got a spring that goes on it right there, so you just got to kind of get it in place. Make sure you keep that little spacer in place as well. Just like that. And there we go. So it should be in some gear right now. So now we've got that in there. I'm gonna go get the torque specs for those and torque those down real quick. Okay, so the shift shaft is going to be torqued down to 22 Newton meters. So I'm going to do that one first, since it's the highest. Right there. Make sure it still moves freely. Yeah. These are going to be torqued down to 12 Newton meters. Okay, then those little ones are going to be torqued down to 10 Newton meters. Now we need to put the case back together. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and put the shift shaft in first real quick. So the shift shaft simply just kind of goes in right there into that hole down at the bottom. Pushes across to the other side. And then the spring goes in between those two spots there. So So you can see it grabs it and shifts, just like that. Then there's be a washer on the side right here. That. And then that C-clip. Just like that. Okay, so that's installed now. So now we just need to rejoin the case halves. Okay guys, so we're going to start by putting some case sealant on the case here, according to the manual as usual. For more detail, go back to the R1 assembly video. But basically it's going to go right down here. You don't want to get within 2 to 3 millimeters of the journal bearing, so don't get too close there. But it's going to go right down there, in between these, right there, down around to here. So go ahead and do that first. Okay, so right there. And then the top, it's going to be the same kind of thing. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and reinstall the case half here. Okay, that went on very well. So go ahead and start putting the bolts back in. Alright, so the case is reinstalled. Now I just got to put everything back in it.
Hello everyone. As this year comes to an end, first of all, I'd like to thank everyone for subscribing to the channel and watching everything and the support I've gotten over the last year. I really appreciate it and it means a lot. Going forward, I just want to let everyone know what's coming up. We're going to go ahead and finish the R1 project here to completion before I go on to anything else, hopefully. There might be a few small projects in the meantime, but nothing major. After finishing the R1 project, I want to get back to the CB350F and finish that up. And then, of course, get back onto the Triumph car and finish that project up, which will, of course, be a pretty major project overall. Again, I'd like to thank everyone who subscribes and watches the channel, and I would like to wish everyone a happy new year as we move into 2021.